Hello everyone. So you may be wondering, wasn't today supposed to be the Winter 2020 Trend Report? What's happening? Well, so this week has been a lot more busy than I expected. We do still have it filmed and near ready to go, but it needs all of the editing. Unfortunately, I just have not had the time to do that this week. And you guys know me, I always like to make the trend reports super good, super presentable, super professional and well done with music and pictures and editing and stuff. So I don't want to rush it today and power it out. I would rather put it off until Thursday. So on Thursday, it'll be the Winter 2020 Trend Report. So if you don't want to miss that, be sure to subscribe. So instead, we are today doing the Thrift with Us, and I am going to a Savers offshoot, one that you guys saw in the first Thrift with Us, and Ryan is going to be going to, I believe he said he's going to a Goodwill in Iowa, and then he's going to go to a Salvation Army. So those are going to be in this, and we will show you guys what we find, and if we have any luck, hopefully we do. I know you guys love these Thrift with Us, so we're trying to do them a little bit more often because we actually really like filming them too. The only issue is we are starting to get too much stuff, which, I mean, we always have too much stuff, but we have a lot of things. So actually, if you guys would be interested in me doing another bundle 2 items, get 50% off sale, I am totally open to doing that sometime soon, maybe this next week, because I have a lot. So let me know if that interests you guys, and let's jump into some thrifting. So small change of plans, as you probably know from the intro that you just saw. I am now thrifting today. Today was supposed to be the trend report for winter 2020, but I just have not had time to edit it, and I always, I'm sure you guys know, like to have those be really professional and really well done. So today it's a thrift with us. I mean, you guys saw a Goodwill in Minnesota in the last thrift with me. At the end we can kind of maybe compare and contrast what Ryan's Goodwills are like compared to the ones that are here, but I really wanted to go to this place, so this is where I am. Also, my mom was in this area, so she wanted me to meet her here, and I'm not going to say no to going thrifting, so that's why I'm not at a Goodwill and I'm here, but I'm sure we'll still find some good stuff. Let's hope we do. I decided to swing by the shoes first, since usually Ryan does that, but he's not here, so I'm going to take a peek. This place actually has delivered in the shoe section many times before, so I always make sure that one of us checks it. My mom also loves looking at the shoes at this store. I googled this brand and it ended up being nothing. I know Rachel Zoe is expensive, but it seems like it never can flip for very much. I thought these were Sam Edelman and I got really excited, but nope. This ain't no run-of-the-mill Steve Madden. This is Steve Madden Luxe. All I could think of was pinky up.
If you want to be fancy, hold your pinky up like this. Now that's fancy!
This is the one pair of shoes that I think I'm actually going to pick up. This store also has a huge purse section, which I did go through, but I found a nothing. I was heartbroken that this was kid size. I want this so bad. I found this nice Marrakesh jacket, which is an Anthro brand sometimes. Usually I have to Google it, but I actually found that the fabric tag said Anthro on it, so I grabbed it. And the overpriced J. Crew strikes again. And the overpriced Blank NYC strikes again too. There was this nice black Paige jacket that was a little too expensive for me, and then also, there's Debbie. She says hi. This was a score. It's a Lululemon Moto jacket, and it's $20, and I actually get 30% off, so I'm totally grabbing that. And this is a brand I wouldn't usually get. It's Trina Turk, but I thought this was so cute, and the price isn't that bad, so I actually did end up grabbing this. This is just Target A New Day, but I had to show it because honestly, I don't think I've ever felt something more soft in my entire life. Obviously, they must be catching on to Bowden being an expensive brand because that price is not good. This is exactly the kind of Nike I like to pick up with the big logo on the front like that. So y'all are probably going to think that I'm crazy, but I was actually going to skip this Free People. It's like a velvet coat, but I called Ryan and he talked me into getting it, and now I'm glad I did, and I don't know why I wasn't going to. On to the jeans, and I found some vintage Lees, which I do like to grab. They're also really cheap, and then some Levi's, which of course I'm getting. Step back, I think I'm gonna vomit.
Step back, I think I'm gonna vomit!
A definite pickup. Debating on whether or not to get these. It's kind of a high price, and rag & bone jeans honestly just don't do good for me. These J. Crew are actually really cute, but I just don't want to do J. Crew. And then these Bowden... Blech. This is probably the cutest pair of frame jeans I've ever found. I usually don't grab BDG jeans, that's a Ryan thing, but I did get these ones. So I've had these before and they did horrible. I really like these ones. So this is the same sweater as the Halloween one I got from G and Michelle at the Bin Pickers, except it's the Thanksgiving version, and it is so cute. 2 members of the Full Cart Club.
Hello to the new Thrift with me. So this is me and Jack's version of thrifting in Minneapolis versus thrifting in Des Moines. So I am at, you can't see it, Goodwill's right over there. And this is the Goodwill that I started at when I first started reselling. So it does have a special place in my heart. It is kind of a hit or miss. Goodwill, I have found some gems in here in the past, and I have most of the time walked out with nothing. That's okay. If you can see, it's so snowy, so hence why I have a hat on. Snow catcher. It's perfect. I got my little mask. I got my big old Diet Coke to keep me energized for the day. So let's get in. I will show you some finds. I will show you what the Goodwill in Des Moines looks like, where my little thrifting business started.
Okay, so the first section I always go to whenever I go to Goodwill is the shoe section. I really didn't see a ton of interesting shoes here today, but I did manage to see some interesting things like these Coach boots that they very luckily did mark up. They were only $7. I just thought they were a little bit too worn for me, and especially at the Des Moines Goodwills, I always try to see if there's any like indie shoe brands or if there's anything that looks a little bit more interesting, kind of like those. They were just a no-name brand, just like a comfort shoe brand. But I do always try and do my best to look at every pair of shoes just so I don't miss anything. This was just a pair of Lily Pulitzer little cork wedges. They were only $4, which I thought was a good price. This was just a pair of Katy Perry shoes. I know that her shoes can be kind of expensive, so I did end up putting them in my cart to Google later. Okay, so after looking through the new rack, I did find a couple of really good pieces that I did end up picking up. This toy jacket was one of them, super cute, and this really pretty kind of floral soft surroundings. This piece did look like it had some promise. It did say on the tag it was made in Italy, so I did grab it to look at and Google later. Okay, now onto the dress section. So this was a really pretty peach Free People tiered dress that I did end up getting. It was a one shoulder, it was a really pretty piece, so I did end up putting that in my cart. And then the next dress I found was a Madewell dress. I have sold a few of these buffalo check tunics in the past, and I got it to look over condition a little bit later. And then back to flipping through the dresses we go. So I was super happy to find this next dress. I'd never found this brand in the wild. The brand is Dress the Population. There's the tag. It was this really pretty, perfect for the holidays, red dress. And then I found a Free People Intimately Trapeze dress. These always do super well whenever I find them. I love picking them up. Okay, on to the final haul. So I couldn't show you me actually looking through the purses because there's somebody right next to me, but this little brown suede purse is a Minnetonka purse, and watch me struggle to show you the inside tag. I do know that Minnetonka moccasins sell really well, so I thought the purse was really cute, and I just thought it was a really cute purse in general. And then this big cream knit bag is by the brand Big Buddha. I just thought it was really pretty with the kind of like sweater vibe it had going on, and I just thought it was a really fun winter piece. Okay, now onto the clothes. This was a Splendid navy waffle knit thermal. I did really like the style, but Splendid as a brand, unfortunately, it doesn't do very good for me, so I passed. This was a really fun vintage Christmas sweater vest. I did end up picking that up. This was a really pretty tie-dye, kind of tie-sleeve anthropology piece. It was by the brand Holding Horses. I did end up picking that up, and I do talk about Zara all the time, but I have seen these pieces on a lot of bloggers, so I did think that this one was worth picking up. This was a pair of J. Crew camo pants. I did do a little bit of Googling and found out the style wasn't very good, so I didn't pick them up. This was a really pretty kind of like maroon and gold Free People tunic dress, and I did end up picking this one up. It was such a good find. Here's that Torrid jacket from earlier from off the new rack. I did end up picking this up. I paid up a little bit for it, but plus size outerwear has done very well for me in the past, so I will continue to pick that up. And then this is just a Sanctuary camo piece. I did see that it was just a little bit faded, so I did end up leaving that one behind. It did have a really cute cold shoulder on it though. This next piece is Girls from Savoy, which is kind of an older Anthropologie brand, but I was in love with this pattern. It was 100% silk. I really couldn't leave it behind. It was half off too, so I really was so happy to pick that piece up. And then here's that soft surrounding sweater, also from the new rack. This one was such a pretty pattern. I loved the floral, but I did notice that there was just a teeny stain in the front, and I wasn't 100% sure if I could get it out, so I did end up passing on that specific soft surrounding piece. Here's a new one. This is a really comfortable kind of like crushed cotton material, really good simple navy. I did end up picking that one up. Same thing with this really fun kind of tacky Christmas sweater. I love picking up ugly Christmas sweaters. For the holiday season, they always do super well for me, so I did end up picking that piece up. This is a Jules. My mom wears this brand all the time, and whenever I find it in her size at the thrift store, I always pick them up for her because they're really expensive at like Macy's. So this was just an American Eagle like jegging sweater. It was half off, which is the only reason why I got it, and I was really interested in that kind of multicolored knit. Here is that Free People dress. It was so pretty. It had pockets on it, and I loved the tiered detail with the one shoulder. And then here is that brand, the Made in Italy piece. I looked it up, and the comps really weren't what I expected, so I did end up putting that piece back, even though it was 100% silk, and it was really pretty. And then that Madewell dress, I did end up putting it back. I really wasn't too fan of the size. Madewell extra small typically sits for me, so I did end up putting that back. And it was a little bit faded. This is a Miss Selfridge, which if you don't know is sold at ASOS. It was a really pretty kind of like blue, really flowy jumpsuit that I did end up picking up. That Dress the Population dress from the dress section a little bit ago, I did end up picking this one up as well. I was so into this pattern. It was this really pretty kind of abstract textured floral print. Absolutely loved it. It's so pretty, and it's so substantial. It feels so well made. Here's that Intimately Free People piece. This one I unfortunately did not end up picking up, even though it was in really good condition, except for, wait for it, do you see it? There it is, that teeny, it had a little hole in the lace and I just couldn't fix it. If it was on a seam, I would have been able to, but unfortunately not. This was a Forever 21 kimono. I did only pick it up because it looks like Emilio Pucci, which if you don't know, he's a very expensive designer and he does these kinds of like very loud prints.
First, I will show you what I ended up skipping. So I skipped the Nike only because I had so much stuff and I didn't want to spend too much. Then, of course, I skipped these Madewell Blank NYC jeans. Like I said, I've had them and they do so bad, and they're also so old. I also then did skip the Rag & Bone jeans. They're kind of cute, but like I said, I just can't sell Rag & Bone jeans, so bye. I also skipped this Knitted and Knotted, which is obviously Anthropology. I thought it could possibly be newer, but it ended up being quite an old piece, and I don't really like to get really old anthro. It's kind of cute though, but yeah, bye-bye. Then I also skipped these Paige jeans. You didn't see these in the other clips, but I grabbed them to Google and they were not the cutest, so bye-bye. So on to what I did get. I did get the Marrakesh because, like I said, it is an anthro one and it was a great price. I also got the Lulu Moto jacket because it's a good price with the discount that I'm getting on it, and I love the style of it. Super cute. Then I didn't show this in the clip, but this is actually like the gem find of the day. It is a wool coat, and the wool used in this coat is by Loro Piana, which is so freaking expensive. Like, this coat was probably like $3,000, so I am 100% getting that. Like I said, I am gonna get the Free People. Ryan persuaded me, and I was gonna skip it because of the label being so old, but it is really cute and not out of date. The Trina Turk is a yes, and I'm actually excited about a Trina Turk for once, which is nice. I did find this sweater, which wasn't in the clip either. I've had this brand before. It's called Main Strip, but it is just a boutique, and these boutique distress sweaters do fantastic. This is a vintage sweater by Woolrich. It was very cheap, and I thought the colors were really cute, so I did pick that up. This is a Grateful Dead long sleeve, and I did grab that. And then this is a vintage long faux Sherpa floral coat that I found right as I was leaving, and I'm obsessed with it. It does have a brooch on it that I took off, but I love it. And then all the jeans that I showed you in the clips, I am getting. I'm not skipping any of them. And then these Steve Maddens I'm getting.
Okay, so just got done with the first Goodwill. I spent $83.84 and got 16 items, which makes my cost of good for this trip about $5 an item. I didn't really find anything astonishing. I did find some cute Free People pieces, which I'm very excited about. A lot of the time when I go to the Des Moines Goodwills, it's mainly bread and butter stuff, which I'm totally okay with because you can't always find everything amazing all the time. Okay, so I'm on to the next Goodwill, which is the other Goodwill that I started at, which typically has a little, just like a hint more good stuff. They do have a lot more purses at the other Goodwill than they do at this one. And sorry I couldn't show you more of the store and me accidentally like looking and finding stuff. All the employees were putting out all the new stuff, and I didn't want to accidentally get one of them on film. So sorry in advance.
Okay, so first stop walking into the Goodwill was this beautiful wicker chair, but unfortunately somebody had already bought it. And much like first Goodwill, first section that I always go to is the shoes. I did end up finding these really cute Dansko Mary Janes for only $5. And then I found this really cute pair of clog style Danskos. I'm sorry I can't film more with the shoes, but there were employees right there, so I didn't want to get them on camera. And then here's just me flipping through. So this is kind of what a taste of typically what I see whenever I go to the Goodwills in my area. It's a lot of mall brands. It's a lot of like kind of older demographic, things like Roadhouse Black Market, Chico's, a lot of J-Gel, and a lot of pink Victoria's Secret. I did find this beautiful cream and black St. John piece. I was super excited to find this one. This was just a really cute little skeleton t-shirt that I thought Jack would like. I just wanted to show this to you guys because I thought it was funny. It's a really old Anthropologie Guinevere cardigan, but like, look at how ugly this thing is. Ugh, with that little ruffle front. Blech. So this was just a vintage sweater, and I do know vintage sweaters in this particular pattern do pretty well, but I did pass on it just because it didn't feel like the best condition. So as I'm going through clothes, sitting atop one of the racks was these really cute pair of black kind of 90s Dansko sandals. They only wanted $5 for them, so I did end up picking those up. So this was another ugly Christmas sweater that I did find, and I didn't end up picking it up just because it was a little bit too stained. And then I found this really cute clear kind of like acrylic plastic cowboy belt that I did end up picking up as well. And this next sweater is a vintage kind of like westerny looking print. It's actually from the brand Coldwater Creek, which I don't think exists anymore, but I was just way too obsessed with this print to leave it behind. Okay, and coming up here is, this is a brand called Everlane. I love finding Everlane, it's so cute. And this is actually a men's t-shirt that is my size. It was super soft, I think it was a linen blend, so I did end up picking that up as well. Okay, haul from Goodwill number 2, here we go. These are those really cute kind of clog style dance goes that I found, and I'm honestly shocked these weren't marked up more. These were only $5.29, which is really good for dance goes at this Goodwill. Same with these really cute little patent red Mary Jane styles. I was absolutely obsessed with these. They really don't look like they've ever been worn all that much. The black sandals did look like they had a little bit more wear on them, but I can 100% clean them up. I thought they were super cute, and I loved the straps on them. And then these were just one state. I grabbed them because they felt really nice and they'd never been worn, but I did some comps and they weren't what I wanted, so I put them back. This was a really cute pair of Matisse kind of textured woven mules. I did end up picking this up because I was too obsessed with the front fabric. Okay, onto the clothes. So here's that really pretty St. John sweater. It kind of gave me a Chanel vibe with the black trim on the neck and on the sleeves, and it did have shoulder pads, which I was absolutely obsessed with. I was kind of mad it didn't have the really bougie St. John zipper, but that's okay. So the next brand is a brand called Raga, R-A-G-A. It can be spelled Anthropology sometimes. I didn't do my comps on this one, but I will usually pick it up because I can make about $30, $35 off of it, and I just thought it was really pretty with the blue embroidery. This is a Free People piece as I'm trying to grab the tag. It was this kind of like layered, tiered, black long sleeve. It was super soft. It did need a wash though, so I did take it home and wash it right away, and it looks good as new, and it's super cute. This was a Terry John. I couldn't show this to you guys when I found it because there was somebody right next to me, or right across the aisle rather. It was this beautiful black silk beaded number, and I am going to send that into the real, but the beading on it was so well made. It was so pretty. And then here's that Everlane t-shirt. This is going into my personal collection. It's super soft. I gave it a wash. It looks good as new. It's such a nice, simple, kind of like green-gray color t-shirt that I can just wear with jeans. So here's that Coldwater Creek sweater. Here is a better view of that pattern. It was so pretty. I love picking up things with that kind of like geometric, angular.
Okay, sorry that it's pitch black out. Here in the Midwest, it gets dark at 5:30, which is just wonderful. So I spent $64, and I want to say I got about 10, 11 things. That's about $6 an item. Super good, super happy with that cost of good. By the way, sorry if my haul at the end of my little trip was a little rushed. They did close at 5:30 tonight, which I totally didn't realize as my lights are going out. So I was one of those people in the store and I felt kind of bad. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for coming with me. I hope you got a nice little taste of what thrifting like is in Des Moines. You can definitely still find some good stuff. You just have to look a lot harder, and the good stuff isn't as plentiful, but it's okay.
Just got out, and dang, we did find some good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me at this thrift store, me and Debbie. So I'm gonna go home and film. So I hope you guys liked watching us thrift. As you can see, there's quite a few differences between the Goodwills in Iowa and the Goodwills up in Minnesota. Like we always say, we find like all of our good stuff up in these Minnesota ones. Rarely do we find any of our fun, amazing, good stuff down in Iowa, but every once in a while we do. I have found like a Prada bag, and I have found some nice stuff, but for the most part, we find all of our good stuff up in Minnesota. There's quite a bit of differences between these stores, though. In Iowa, they're like a little bit more like old, I would say, and like less organized in my own opinion, where up in Minnesota they're like super clean and the buildings are like really new. They all look very, very much exactly the same, whereas in Iowa there's a lot that I've been to that look completely different, almost like they're different companies. Up in Minnesota, it's very like a standard across the board. Even the bins, like the outlet locations, look similar to each other. I don't know if it's just more of a like corporation up here or what. I'm not exactly sure how like the Goodwill name works. Like I know that each state kind of has their own branch of Goodwill. They all have different ways of doing sales. Like in Ryan's, like we told you, the Iowa ones do have weekly colors, and I know a lot of Goodwills do, but in Minnesota we do not have weekly colors. You just kind of have to hit a sale day if you want to get a discount, or you can donate and get a coupon, which is something you can't do in the Iowa ones. So I don't know. There's just so many differences. So let us know what you guys' Goodwills are like. Do you have Goodwills in your area? I'm pretty sure that Goodwills are in every area in America, but I don't know. I could be wrong about that. Let us know how yours run. How do they do sales? What do they look like? Do the ones in different cities look different from each other? Let us know. How do they do their pricing? Is it standard? That's another difference. In Iowa, it's like all tops are $5, where in Minnesota, each thing is tagged its own price. So yeah, tons of differences. Let us know what yours is like. How does it differ from Iowa? How does it differ from Minnesota? And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. And we will be doing 2 hauls separately of what we picked up today and what we've been picking up this past week. So thank you guys for watching, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the winter 2020 trend report that is coming on Thursday, and then the hauls that are coming and sold Saturday and all the fun stuff. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you Thursday. Bye.